Nestled inside this vegetable is something you might use in the shower.
Al pelarlo, visualizamos lo que es toda la estructura de la fibra y lo blanda y esponjosa que es.
One of Europe's biggest loofah producers grows 200,000 of them a year. They're used in bathing, cleaning, and dishwashing. And according to this Spanish farm, Iberlufa, business is booming.
Es uno de los pocos productos que puede sustituir directamente a muchos residuos plásticos, sobre todo de uso cotidiano.
Founder Juan Carlos Moscato has set up a system of sustainable farming, recycling all the loofah seeds and using the waste as fertilizer. So why are so many of their customers convinced they need to buy natural loofahs? We head to Galicia, Spain, to see how one company is producing sustainable loofahs to match growing demand, and how it's trying to expand the business without increasing its carbon footprint. Loofahs look like cucumbers when they're growing, but they're actually closely related to pumpkins. Their exact origins are hard to trace, but scientists say the plant likely originated in Africa. Archaeological remains show its existence in Egypt as far back as 3500 BC. Loofahs first showed up in China during the 1st century AD, and they remain a staple in Chinese and Indian cuisine today, eaten when they're small and green. It takes about 6 months for the plant to mature. Juan Carlos says he has a few tricks to check whether a loofah is ready to be picked.
Tiene que tener un sonido a hueco, a vacío.
He can instantly identify the sound after 12 years in the business.
Si se escuchan las semillas dentro, es que el fruto está en su óptimo estado de madurez porque se han soltado de lo que es la fibra, y eso es un identificador de los más importantes.
The inside of the fruit also needs to turn yellow. Loofahs need about 200 frost-free days to grow. Galicia is ideal for growing loofahs because there's plenty of sun and rain.
Muchas veces ni siquiera tenemos que aplicar de manera mecánica.
But Juan Carlos still tries to avoid waste in every way he can. The irrigation system recycles rain to water the plants, and he's really proud of how big these loofahs can get. Some can grow up to 1 meter or 3 feet in length, but even the largest ones weigh basically nothing when they're ripe.
Toda la pulpa se ha transformado en fibra vegetal y ha soltado todo el agua y se ha deshidratado.
Farmers here hand harvest for 4 months, from August to November. Once they're off the vine, the loofahs have to ferment for at least 3 days. The actual peeling process doesn't take very long, because the loofahs have soaked long enough that the skin falls off in shreds. Those same scraps are later recycled as fertilizer. Farm worker Adrian says extracting the loofah seeds can be the trickiest step. He's perfected his whacking method over the last 3 years. He has to be careful not to hit the sponges too hard.
En el proceso del petado de las esponjas tenemos una malla especial para que evidentemente no nos dañe la esponja. A continuación se las sacamos la casca, las petamos para aprovechar lo máximo posible su semilla.
The salvaged seeds aren't thrown away. The farmers recycle and replant them for next year.
Estos agujeros que podemos ver aquí en la lufa se llaman conductos de semilla, donde almacena la lufa la semilla antes de nosotros limpiarla, evidentemente.
The loofahs soak in water again. Farmers steep them in boiling water from a natural spring. The farm doesn't use any electricity for this. That hot water removes any bacteria and gets rid of the proteins in the fiber of the loofahs, so they're even softer when they're cut into sponges later on. They're left to dry in a covered area. Adrian can tell when they're ready just by touch.
Cuando la cogemos ya sabemos si está seca del todo, si aún le queda un poco o si aún está mojada. Notamos que va cambiando del color ya. Cuando está húmedo está un poco más oscuro, por decirlo así.
After the loofahs are fully dry, Adrian stamps them flat with this pressing machine.
Y esto que tengo en la mano se llama troquel y lo utilizamos con esta máquina para darle la forma a la lufa. Y con esta máquina pues sacaríamos un estropajo de cocina.
Lufa owns the patent for these kitchen scrubbers in Europe, Canada, and China, and makes sure all the wrapping can be recycled.
Que tampoco en el packaging o en los envíos utilizamos ningún tipo de residuo plástico.
The final sponges cost $3 a piece. In the 1940s, researchers at DuPont developed one of the world's first artificial sponges. It was made of cellulose, sodium sulfate, and hemp fiber. The plastic material was more durable and much cheaper to produce than natural sponges, but plastic waste is really harmful for the planet. So Lufa's customers want to buy natural loofahs instead.
La esponja sintética lo único que se hace es que se produce a través de un residuo del petróleo, que simplemente se descompone en microplástico y se vierte en el vertedero y las depuradoras no lo pueden filtrar, por lo cual vuelve a ser para la agua potable.
Loofahs also last 7 months, while plastic sponges can go bad in just a few weeks. So loofahs are really attractive to the zero waste movement.
Y no tiene competencia alguna para sustituir ciertos productos plásticos.
Juan Carlos is developing a plan to address the environmental footprint of shipping. The company plans to expand to Taiwan, Canada, and the US. Lufa is going to start replicating its entire farming method outside of Spain, first in the southern US.
Sobre todo hemos desarrollado una capacidad de producción y un sistema de cultivo y de generación de producto que prácticamente es protocolario.
The company plans to sell its American-made loofahs across the country.
O sea, nosotros lo que hacemos es, estamos dando opciones para no tener que hacer esto. Cada vez los productos de lufa son más importantes en los mercados.